There you go, finally. What? Okay, for some reason they don't have any background music here, which is a bit weird, but what's up everybody, how's it going? It's Burke, aka Dansg08 here, and welcome to this commentary playthrough of Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. I played the demo about 3 to 4 weeks ago, really enjoyed it. It was looking extremely tough. I was really surprised by how difficult it was. I put in like a little bit of practice, like half an hour of practice before starting the session, and honestly, like it's still extremely hard. Like I'm gonna die a lot in this playthrough, like way more than I would have expected. But the full game is finally here. I'm ready to launch into it, so without much further ado, let's begin and see if this game has been worth the wait. So now the music kicks in. It doesn't kick in on the actual title screen, which is odd. Yeah, so new game. Enter your initials. I think I have to enter 3. I only have 2 initials normally. I don't have a middle name. I'm just going to go with D08. If I write Dan, it's going to cause even more confusion. There's enough people out there that think my name is Dan because of Dansg08. In case you still thought that was true, it's not true. My name is Burke, as I say at the start of every video, but some people still think my name is Dan for some reason. But yes, we'll go with D08 as my quote-unquote initials. Okay, so one of the most interesting things about this game is that we have 2 different styles here. So the modern playstyle is when you die, you always continue from the last checkpoint, recommended. It says playstyle does not affect the game difficulty or reward progress and can be changed in gameplay options screen at any time. And then we have retro, which says you have limited lives, run out, and you must restart the level. So it says playstyle does not affect the game difficulty, which I think in the most technical sense is true, but the fact that you can obviously always restart from the last checkpoint, that makes life a lot easier than it does for retro. So I'm going to go with the modern, because if you've seen the demo, you'll see how difficult this game really is. And I think without the modern, you're going to be really suffering on your first playthrough. And I don't want to suffer, I want to have a good time. So I think modern, I still die enough that it's going to be like challenging and frustrating in like a good way. But because I have the modern sort of ability to go back to the last checkpoint, I don't think it's going to be hugely like infuriating or like rage quit inducing. And of course, I mean, I want to be sort of fairly efficient because I'm playing to upload this to YouTube and that kind of thing. So modern for me, but obviously it's up to you. So, Bandicoot battle. This was an option in the demo, so I don't know what that is. I guess it's a boss rush. Oh, okay. Compete with your friends in a head-to-head battle. 1 to 4 players can race to the finish lines in checkpoint races or shoot for the high score in crate combo. That's interesting. So, I mean, this is a single-player playthrough, but that's kind of interesting. I didn't even know that existed. That's cool. Options. I'll have a quick look. Time trial ghost on. That's nice to have a ghost. That's actually really good. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. I think most of this stuff should be the same. One of the only things that's worth noting is the whole enhanced shadow thing. So there's shadow rings that tell you where you're going to land. Honestly, if you've not seen it so far and you think this is all going to, like the modern mode, all of this stuff is going to make the game a pushover, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Seriously. Okay, let's get going and see how we do. It's been a long time, man. Crash Bandicoot 3 came out like more than 20 years before this game.
Crash Bandicoot. At last, I, the great Neocortex, have you right where I want you. And now, the final blow!
Hush, simpleton.
Face it, Entropy. It's going to fail. Again!
At least Uka Uka and I attempt to free us from this prison. I won't sit idly by and listen to your inane ramblings for another decade. You chew.
Is he dead?
Leave him. He's served his purpose.
A great power has awoken. Crash? I fear it portends an event of reality-shattering proportions. I feel it emanating from Insanity Peak. Quickly, we must go! Crash! Crash! Crash!
Yeah, here we go. Oh man. I know a lot of people here are going to say the same shit, but this game really is my childhood. It's one of the most memorable gaming experiences from like my single-digit ages. Seriously, Crash Bandicoot is just so iconic. And I mean, even this like environment, this style, they really wanted to make you feel it, because this is obviously close to the aesthetic and design of the first level of the first Crash Bandicoot game. But yeah, all of our usual suspects are here, and the bad guys have made a return. So let's get into it. First thing you're going to see, let's have a look at this quickly. I think, yeah, it might be easier to see it like this. Okay, so there's a few things I want to talk about before I get into this. I think I did it on the pool screen, but I'd rather just have the environment visible while I do it. So, new things that you would have noticed. On the left, you have a meter below the Wumpa Fruit counter, and it has gems based on how many you pick up. So, when I was doing the demo, I noticed just how many Wumpa Fruit there were. And I was like, wait a minute, it gives you a counter for how many there is? Like, I thought, come on, surely expecting a player to get every single Wumpa Fruit available in a level, that's like really overkill in terms of like completionism and stuff. But as I understand it, as you can see from the meter, as long as you get enough of them, I think you should be able to get all 3 of the gems associated with Wumpa Fruit. So that's a major change for people that are used to the old Crash Bandicoot games. Another one, you will see 104 boxes in the first level alone. That's a huge number of boxes, man. And in the demo levels that we had that were from like the midpoint of the game, I think one of them had like 176. So there's just a huge number of boxes. The levels are going to be much longer, much more difficult. So that's going to be a major change from the older games. Because I think before, like even in Crash 3, you had levels that had like 120, 130 boxes, and they were like, you know, above average, few and far between. This one, the first level, has 104. So it's a whole different kind of thing going on here. So in that sense, it's going to be a different challenge to the ones that we're used to. Final thing, of course, is we have the death counter here. So that is something that's obviously new to this Crash Bandicoot. And I did this for Cuphead, and if you guys want to play along, I think it might be fun if you... if you try to guess how many deaths I'm going to have by the end of the storyline run. So if you've seen the demo, you'll know that number's almost certainly going to be in the hundreds, but obviously how many is anybody's guess. Whoa.
Quickly, we must go!
Okay, we'll have to see. So yeah, definitely play along with that. Post in the comments how many times you think I will die, and whoever gets the closest, I will get them some sort of prize, like some Dansg08 merch. If I can find some Crash related merch, I'll get you something like that as well. So we'll sort it out like that. But it's fun to play along, so give it a go. In terms of whether this is going to be a 100% run or not, that's something I'll talk about quickly as well. Based on the demo and based on my practice and my testing and the fact that I didn't get an early copy from Activision or anything like that, if I had got the game like a week, 10 days early or something, and I had a lot of time to like complete the game first and get closer to mastering it, then I feel like I could go through like each level during the playthrough and try to get every single box and every single gem on my run and that kind of thing. But based on how it's been so far, it's so difficult to do, like as a blind first time run, that I'm really not feeling trying to do that. I tried to do it with one of the demo levels. It took me about 20 minutes, and I got to the end after like 30, 35 deaths, and I realized I missed 2 boxes. And I thought if I was doing this during like the actual playthrough, and I'd committed to getting every single gem, this playthrough is going to just take so long. It's going to be so frustrating to not go on to the next level until I've been able to get everything perfect, that it's going to probably ruin like my first time experience of it. So the deal is I'm going to play through normally first, try and get any of the boxes that I see. I'm not obviously going to bypass stuff like really on purpose all the time, But I'm going to try and get as many boxes as I can. Whatever gems I get from the story run, that's what I'll roll with. And if by the end I'm really enjoying it and people are enjoying the playthrough, then I might do like a level by level guide on the game, because these levels are going to be longer, especially if you're doing like the I want to get all the gems and all the Wumpa Fruit type of runs. Then each video for each level is probably going to be at least like 10 minutes long at minimum, I would say. So I might do that for the entire game and all of the levels, but for now it's going to be a casual run, but it could turn into a 100% run as we continue moving forward. So obviously this is all stuff that we know and love. It's looking very similar to the first game so far, but already like the style of enemies are looking pretty deadly. Just got to be quick. Wow, I didn't see that was a TNT for a second. Going to try my best to at least not die on the first level. That's one of the things I was most curious about, given how difficult the demo was. Hold on. Okay, yeah, they're giving us the introduction into this already. This is obviously one of the newer things. Got my first gem for Wumpa Fruit. Let me at least have a clean run of the first level. Come on. Checkpoint. Good. Look at how they mixed it up from the first level already. The first level has just been a journey. Whoa. So you can tell, like, the simpleness of the first games, wow, are definitely gone. It's a whole different ball game. Ah. Come on, throw another. Okay. I think I can make it with a single, yeah. Okay. Hanging in there for now. Bonus levels. But look at how many like environment changes and stuff there's been already, just from the first one. They're really showing off. Flex in here. Seriously, the bonus level in the demo, I must have tried it over 30 times and I couldn't get it. I really couldn't get it. But that's from like a level that's at the midpoint of the game, so I don't know. There we go. But thankfully, because we're at the tutorial stage, we're doing okay. I do wonder by the time I get to the levels that I tried in the demo, how much better I'll be at them. Once I've got the extra practice in. But I'm really loving the vibe. Wow. So they've even got like the Stormy Ascent style levels as well. Wow, they've really, this is like a real throwback to all of the old games. I think they're going to start it with a here's the Crash Bandicoot that you know and love, and then like a here's how everything's going to change. And here's all the new shit that you got. Brings back memories. Even for the N-Sane trilogy, it's been a while since I played it. Can I make that in one jump? Damn it. It's too slow. Okay, only 4 boxes left. Just got to not screw up this final bit. Right, there's 3 boxes. Wait, no. You see what I mean? I've missed 1 box already. No! This is exactly why I wouldn't want to do it as a guide for the first time through. That's really annoying. I have no idea where that final box could be. Just because it's the first level and I'm so close, I kind of want to see if I can find it, but you can see how inefficient it would be as a walkthrough if I tried to do it like this the entire way. I bet you it was on the grapevine. I thought I got them all, but yeah, I died once. There you go. You know what? Screw it. But this is what I mean. This is just something we're gonna have to get used to with this playthrough. I have to come back and basically rerun the game from the beginning while trying to get all of the boxes. I did get the Wumpa Fruit gem at least. Damn you. I really do wonder where that final box was, but let's just see what happens here. Right. Gems unlock skins. Earn gems by breaking crates, getting Wumpa, finding hidden gems, and beating levels in 3 lives or less. Ah. Time trial unlocked. Okay, so thankfully, this is one thing I was really curious about. I was like, there is absolutely no way that they could make a gem reliant on getting every single Wumpa fruit. And thankfully it isn't. So they asked for 80% of the Wumpa in order to get the gems related to that. We have a hidden gem, and we have a less than 3 lives gem, along with the ore box. Wow. Whew. Okay, that's serious. So there's going to be hundreds of gems to get in this one. Backtracking is always hard on those crash levels. I really wanted that final box, but no one. Okay, straight into the next level. Nice atmosphere, man. I mean, they never had to do anything particularly heroic, like visually. It doesn't have to look sort of, literally, like quality-wise, doesn't have to look amazing, but aesthetically, I feel like they've really nailed it with this. It does look very modern still, but it has like a beautiful aesthetic, all the colours and all that stuff. Oh, shit. Yeah, that was bad. I guess you can restart. Let me just see, what happens if you restart the level? Does it have a total death counter, or does it only have for singular levels? I thought it was going to keep a running total of like your entire thing, but I think it might reset, because then how could you do the... I guess it could still know if it was 3 lives or less. But it does reset to 0. We'll have to find that out. I don't know if there's going to be like a menu where you'll be able to see the total deaths. It's like Tomb Raider Crash Bandicoot here. Wow. Right, here we go. Love a slide. Yeah, so you've got the big Wumpa as well if you want to get those extra gems. I think what I was finding the hardest, especially with the demo as well, I think with Crash it's always been difficult. I'll practice it here, is the jumps, and because the masks can't save you from the jumps, that's why it's really difficult. Like if you fall into water because you miss a jump, or you fall in general, it doesn't matter how many masks you got. So if there's difficult jumping sections, you're just always going to be in trouble. It's going to really rack up that death count. But it's good. Thankfully, they've made the start easy enough that you can get some momentum in the game. Okay, so you've got things zapping in and out of existence. That's another it's about time thing. Okay. Lot of Wumpa. So I think provided you're standing, you always get the bottom box. I think this used to be a difficult thing with the old games. You had to like time it perfectly, but here, as long as you just tap it, it's fine. It's like with Warped, that was a difficult thing to do. You had to really lightly tap on the spin. Okay, not too bad. At least we're making progress now. But if you haven't seen the demo yet, I assure you it's going to get more difficult. Much, much more difficult. You're going to see me suffer. So even this now is quite tough. Ah, you see what I mean? As soon as the jumps get involved, everything just becomes a lot more difficult. So this is why I risk not being able to complete the level in 3 lives. So I'll get these easy ones first from here. Okay. These are going to take a bit more work now. Yep. There you go, that's my second death. I knew it. I literally mentioned that the jumps are what make it difficult, and now there's the jumps. It's because you're forced to rush. Oh, come on now. What? Yeah, it begins. It only took like 8 minutes of gameplay, but it began. Yeah, you really got to be in rhythm for those. Shit. Okay. I think I've got the hang of it though now. I'm going to get these 2 first and then I should be okay. Wow. Bad. I will be editing out some deaths, but at the end of the day the death counter doesn't lie. So if I've been really screwing up on a level, I won't be able to hide that. It would take far too long to restart a level to make myself look better with the death count. If it's bad, it's bad. Because like right now, I'd have to reset the entire level. Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, this isn't the kind of game that you play as a blind run if you want to make yourself look good. It's really not. But hey, I'm used to that. When you're on YouTube, you realize even when there's games you think that you don't suck at, you upload it enough, you'll see what happens. You see, this is what I mean. This is the kind of thing where really I could just bypass all of this just to complete the level, but for this particular one, I definitely want to try and do it. There's nowhere to hide. When it comes to this jumping, if you screw it up, you screw it up. But look, this is literally the second level of the game. Think of it that way. And you could argue, well, you could just bypass it. It's not actually that hard. If you bypass it, it's very easy. But I just got to do that one more time. No, I was so close. That being said, I'm still nowhere near the boxes, so how does it work with that? Was that wasting my time? But I do think with this game, once you master the jumping and you get much more accurate with your jumps, that's when you'll really start dying way less. TNTs are just a bastard because you have to jump on them. I actually said to people, I said once I played the demo, I was like, this game is harder than Cuphead. I'm still walking through Cuphead on the channel. Honestly, I think this is harder. Like as a collective game, I feel like I'm going to die way more. Look at that. It just doesn't accept any mistakes. Like if you jump beyond something too much, you spin one time when you shouldn't, you don't land on the box. It's just like anything that you get wrong, like that, it just equals death. It's really interesting. So in terms of that stuff, it's much more like Crash Bandicoot 1 than the other two. You see what I mean? Like I missed the TNT and that's already game over. If you miss the TNT, you're fucked. Oh, I landed mid-transition. Crash Bandicoot is also definitely one of those rhythm games where, like, if you start dying a few times in a row, you're really going to mess up badly. There you go, finally. What? I jumped in line with it. How could that have even happened? I only pressed one directional button. Wow, I literally thought I got it that time. But I've decided to embrace this as like a early jumping practice kind of thing. There you go. Only took 21 attempts. Whoa. Okay. I didn't realize there's the next part of the level. So we had the dino run for the demo, now we've got this thing. Hidden gem found. Okay. I think once you get that once, I think you don't have to get it again, I believe. So it's worth the loss of life. Yeah. There you go. No, no, no. Seriously, 3 out of 4 boxes in that situation? Come on. I like the energy wave behind you though. Can't really afford many mistakes here. There you go. That's better. So yeah, it's funny, up until that jumping bit. Oh wow, it's the third one, come on. I'm telling you, these levels are long. They do not let up. Ooh, there we go, did it. Is that all the boxes? Did I do it? Well, guess who didn't get the 3 lives one? Yeah, so as you can see, I think for a blind run, it's going to be either or. Like if you get all of the other gems, getting the less than 3 lives gem on your first run is going to be pretty much impossible. But you do need all of them to unlock the skin, unfortunately. So that's the deal. But there's been no like level selection. It's just been like a linear story at the moment. That's interesting.
No, no, No way. Not in a million.
Coco!
Get him off.
Crash, who is that?
Lonnie Lowly? If the quantum masks have returned, then...
Hey, Aku, how's it go? Is that a quantum rift?
It appears to be a door between dimensions.
Yes, the kind we keep shut. We have to go through, find my siblings, and fix this before some putz with a big evil plan and a bigger ego does something monumentally stupid.
Uka Uka unknowingly paved the way for our bright future. Once my rift generator is complete, dominion over all of time and space will be within our grasp.
Engine, Embryo, you had some little projects you wanted to tell me about?
Master, my mechanical marvel will hypnotize you and I.
And my potion will make me and them unstoppable.
Right, yeah, fine, sure. Have fun with your ray guns or whatever.
Hasten your steps! By my calculations, our enemies are already moving against us, and we will prevail.
Dimensional map. Okay, here we go. So those were like the tutorial levels that had a little bit of everything and gave us a taste of how difficult the jumping was. So you saw, other than the jumping ones, I died like twice, 3 times, tops. There you go. Okay. So, yeah, Crash Bandicoot 1 vibes here. Welcome to the Dimensional Map. Here you can select levels to play, switch between Crash and Coco, change skins, and replay levels taken on time trials. Okay.